afraid of doing something that you really wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to ask someone out, start a new business, or travel the world. But something stopped you from taking the necessary action. You felt paralyzed by fear, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, or the fear of uncertainty. Fear of what others might think of you, say, or do. Fear of losing what you have or not getting what you want. Fear of the unknown, the unpredictable, or the uncontrollable. Fear is a very powerful human emotion that can hold us back from living the best lives. But what if I told you that fear is not your enemy but your ally? That fear can be a source of motivation, inspiration, and growth? That fear can be overcome or even embraced by using a very simple technique that I'm going to share with you today. This technique is called as fear setting, and it was popularized by Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Work Week. So let's understand fear first. Fear is a natural and primal human emotion that we all experience. It is a response to perceived danger or threat, whether real or imaginary. Fear triggers a biochemical reaction in our bodies, preparing us either to fight or flight. Fear activates our amygdala, a part of our brain that processes emotions and releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which increases our heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, and alertness. Fear can also distort our thinking, making us exaggerate that negative consequence of taking action and underestimate the positive ones. Fear can also have positive aspects also. On one hand, fear can protect us from harm by alerting us of potential dangers and helping us avoid or escape them. Fear can also motivate us to take action by creating a sense of urgency and importance. Fear can also challenge us to grow by pushing us out of our comfort zones and making us face our weaknesses and limitations. On the other hand, fear can also limit us. The very strength that I just talked about can turn into weaknesses. It can prevent us from taking the necessary actions by creating a sense of paralysis and procrastination. Fear can also hinder us from growing by keeping us stuck in the comfort zones and making us avoid our strengths and opportunities. Fear can also harm us by causing physical and mental health problems such as high blood pressure, insomnia, depression, or anxiety. So, what is this technique, fear setting? Fear setting is a technique that helps you overcome your fears and take actions. It is based on an ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. Fear setting involves three steps. Number one, define. Number two, prevent. And number three, repair. In the first step, you define your fear by writing all the things that you are afraid of happening if you take that action. You can use the format what if to list all the possible scenarios that scare you. For example, if you want to start a new business, you might write, what if I fail and lose all the money? What if I get sued and go to jail? What if I disappoint my family and friends? What if I ruin my reputation and career? In the second step, you prevent your fear by writing down all the things that you can do to reduce the likelihood or severity of such a scenario from happening. You can use the format I can to list all the possible actions that you can take to prevent or mitigate the negative outcomes that you just described. For example, for the scenario, what if I fail and lose all my money? You might write, I can start small and test my idea before investing a lot of money. I can save some money for emergencies and contingencies. I can diversify my income sources and also have a backup plan. In the third step, repair, you repair your fear by writing down all the things that you can do to recover or cope if the worst case scenario happens. You can use the format I can to list all the possible actions that you can take to bounce back or deal with the negative consequences. For example, for the scenario, what if I fail and lose all the money? You may write, I can learn from my mistakes and try again with a better strategy. I can ask for help from my family and friends or seek professional advice. I can find another job or start some other business. So, by doing these three steps, you will have a clear and realistic picture of your fear and a concrete and actionable plan on how to overcome it. You will also see that the benefits of taking the action outweighs the cost of not taking that action. And the regret of inaction is far worse than the fears of action. Fear is a common and natural emotion that we all feel. It can protect us, motivate us, or challenge us, but it can also limit us, harm us, or hinder us. The key is not to let fear stop you from taking the necessary action, but to use it as a catalyst for action. Fear setting is a powerful technique that can help you do that. By defining, preventing, and repairing your fears, you can overcome them and even embrace them and take action towards your goals and dreams. Fear setting can help us live more fully, freely, and happily. So, if you would like to know more about how exactly fear setting is to be used, I'm conducting a workshop on the 11th of February at 11 a.m. In this workshop, we will understand and do fear setting exercise practically. In these 90 minutes, I promise that it will bring a lot of value to you and you will see the world very differently. So, if you are interested in joining me for this fear setting exercise, do click on the link below to register for that workshop. And you will also become a part of a wonderful Live Limitless VIP community where I share numerous such nuggets. So until we meet the next time, this is your friend Vijay Srinivasan signing off. Take very good care of yourself. Bye bye.